Hello, Steve Fletcher here, and welcome to the Everything Guide to Learning to Play Guitar. Before we get started, can I ask you please to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page, and really help me grow my business. Also, if you've got time, head over to FletcherSteve.com, where you'll find a multitude of resources constantly being updated to assist you with your day-to-day guitar playing needs. Right, so let's actually get started with playing the guitar, learning how to do something on the guitar. Now, it's worth mentioning at this moment that every single video in this entire series has got an accompanying sheet. Each one of those sheets carries various different things that the videos on their own don't carry, such as chord boxes to really show you how, where you're going to put those fingers, the proper chord structures, the strumming patterns, all those other little things that you will find incredibly useful, incredibly helpful to get you through these videos. All right, those are available to download directly from my website. There's a link in the description down there. It says for the accompanying sheets, click, and there's the link. Right, so sheet number 1, let's take a look at what is what on the guitar. Now, we've established that there are 3 main different types of guitar. There is the acoustic guitar, there's the classical guitar, and there's the electric guitar. It does not matter at all which one of these that you get. In fact, you can see that I'm surrounded on both sides in stereo, if you like, by electric guitars, but everything that I'm about to go through here is completely transferable to all different types of guitar. So don't think that because I'm using an electric or an acoustic or a classical that's what you need to use. No, you don't. Your guitar is fine. 3 things to remember. And if you can remember these 3 things, you will have no problem at all doing anything that I throw at you. All right. We're going to talk about the guitar's strings, the guitar's frets, and your finger numbers. And everything that I do from here on will come down to which string is it, which fret is it, and which finger is it. So let's get started. So the first thing I want you to do is let's just pop our guitars in front of you. Either sit yourself down, sit on the floor, sit on a chair, sit at a breakfast bar, wherever you want, but just somewhere where you can pop your guitar in front of you and just see it right there in front of you. All right, so here we go. Now, importantly, I'm going to use my electric guitar for this. What I want you to do is body, neck. The neck of the guitar is going to go off to your left. Okay? So I'm going to pop this guitar down on the table in front of me so that we can see everything that we need to see. Right, so here it is. My guitar is in front of me as it should be in front of you. So just to clarify once again, the guitar body is to your right. The guitar neck is pointing off to your left. And what we're going to look at, the area that we're actually going to ignore all of this, the area that we're going to look at first is this bit right here. So this is the part that we're going to look at next. Now, if you look at your accompanying sheet, you'll notice that there is a drawing of the guitar, which is in fact this first section of the guitar right here, showing this piece of plastic at the top. Usually it's white, but sometimes it's other colors as well. But this white piece of plastic at the top, which is your guitar nut. We then have the 6 strings going down from it from there. Now, the thing to notice straight away is that obviously there are 6 strings on the guitar, and each of the 6 strings is a different thickness. Now, we're going to give each string a number. The thicker the string, the bigger the number. Okay? So we're going to start off on this side, which is by far and away the thinnest string. And this is now going to be string number 1. Next one is going to be string number 2. Next one is number 3, number 4, number 5, and the thickest one is number 6. That is the same for all guitars. So once again, string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is the first thing that I want you to remember. Which string is which? All right, now the second thing we're going to talk about is the guitar's frets. Now, a guitar has got many frets. Now, the frets are these metal strips that go down the guitar, that go across the guitar's neck and go all the way down. You see, your guitar has got absolutely loads of frets. But we, the beginners, are only interested in the first 3 frets. Now, what do the frets do? So I'm going to show you what the frets do. And I want you to try and copy me as best you can. So we're going to pick the guitar up and we're going to put it on our knees. So how are we going to do this? So we've told you which string is which. The thinnest string, string number 1, is going to be closest to your knee. Okay, and string number 6, the thickest string, is going to be closest to your head. So left hand, left side, that's the way the guitar is pointing. So what do the frets do? So if I pluck, I'm going to get my thumb of my right hand, and I'm going to pluck string number 1. Sounds like that. And it will always sound like that. Or will it? What I'm going to do now is going to get my left hand. Any finger will do, but let's use your pointing finger just to make life easier. Now what I want you to do is put this finger on string 1 and in fret 1. I'm going to show you a close-up of that. Okay, so here we are. So we're putting our pointing finger on string 1 and in that first fret there. Now you can see I've not put my finger on the fret, I've put it in the space, in the box, because although that line is the fret, when we guitarists talk about frets, we mean the space where we put our fingers. So that first fret is that whole box there. So I've put my finger on string 1 and in fret number 1. Give it a good squeeze. Play it again. And what has happened? The note has changed. If I keep everything the same here but slide into fret number 2, so I'm still on string 1, play it again, the note has changed again. And if we go into fret 3, you can hear the note has changed again. And that is what the frets do. They give you those steps in the notes to change from one note to the next. All right, so let's pop our guitars back in front of us so we can properly make sure we know which fret is which. Okay, so here we are. So we are talking about those frets. So we're starting from our nut, which is where your guitar starts from. That first box there is, of course, fret number 1. That second box there is fret number 2. And that third box there is fret number 3. And that is where we are going to stop for now. Yes, your guitar has got loads of frets, but at the moment, we are only interested in the first 3. So hopefully you can see on that drawing on the accompanying sheet how that drawing is that bit of the guitar. Right, now we did say there were 3 things. We've only done 2. We've done our string numbers, our fret numbers. We're now going to talk about the finger numbers, because it is the fingers on your hand that are going to be put on the guitar. Now at this point, I'm going to point out, I probably should have said this earlier on, of course, if you are a lefty, I hope you've watched the previous video that I did about left-handed guitarists and how if you're a left-handed guitarist, you can completely play a right-handed guitar, and you probably should. If not, of course, you know, if you've bought yourself a left-handed guitar, this is all the same. It's just that your guitar is the other way round. All right. So this is not this way round for you left-handed guitars, but for you right-handed folk, we're all good. So we're going to talk about the fingers. Now, it is your left hand that is going to be doing most of the work on the guitar neck. So it's the left hand that we're going to give fingers to. And what I'd like you to do is hold your left hand out in front of you just like that. Okay, so we've got your fingers there. The reason I'm not holding it out like that and not like that is because that's how you hold your hand when you play the guitars. Your hand is out flat in front of you, like so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to give each finger a number. Right, so we're going to start off with finger number 1. Your pointing index finger is going to be finger number 1. Your middle finger is going to be finger number 2. Your third, sometimes called your ring finger, is going to be finger number 3. And your little finger is finger number 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your thumb does not get a number because when you are holding your guitar, it goes to the back and doesn't really ever get involved. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So armed with those 3 relatively simple bits of information, you should now have no problem tackling anything that I give you. If you are at all unsure about anything that we've gone over today, then just go back to the start of this video, go through it all again and again and again until it sinks in. Don't forget to go over to my website, fletchersteve.com, and download the accompanying sheets because nothing helps you more than a nice visual aid. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you next time.